In today's video, I'm going to be sharing everything you need to know about finding off-market real estate deals. What's going on, everybody? My name is Bailey Kramer, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things real estate investing. The best way to find profitable real estate deals is by finding off-market deals. There's really only two types of deals. There's on-market and there's off-market. On-market is where the owner makes it publicly known that they want to sell. They typically do this by listing it with an agent, or they can list it by themselves. The biggest drawback to on-market deals is that it's publicly known. And when it's publicly known, that means the competition is way higher. And when competition is high, it drives up the price. And as an investor, you don't want to pay the most amount of money. So that's why us investors like off-market deals. This is where we can have a discussion with the owner to see if they want to sell before it becomes publicly known and advertised to the world. There are several different strategies to finding off-market deals. And essentially what these strategies are different ways to get in front of the owner and introduce yourself. And whether you're brand new to real estate or you've been in the business for a while, I guarantee you these strategies will help. In order to pick the best strategy, you have to ask yourself two questions. How much money are you looking to spend? And how much time do you have? If you have money to spend, then maybe you can outsource a lot of the work and save on the time. If you don't have a lot of money to spend, that's okay. It's just going to cost you a little bit more in time. All right, let's jump into it. The first strategy is something called driving for dollars. Essentially what this means is that you take your car, your bike, or you can even walk, and you drive it around your neighborhood to see if you can find any distressed properties. Trust me, you'll know a distressed property when you see it. Their lawn might be overgrown, their roof might be looking like it's going to fall off, or maybe they have a bunch of stuff in their yard. Once you see a property that looks distressed, you have three options. The first option is to go knock on that person's door, introduce yourself, and see if they're looking to sell. The second option is to write that address down and look up their address on a free site like Family Tree Now. This takes some time, but it'll get you the homeowner's number where you can then give them a call later. The third option is to download an app like Batch Driven, Deal Machine, or Propstream and skip trace the homeowner's contact information instantly. This does cost you some money depending on which platform you use, but it will save you a ton of time on the back end. I personally haven't used the driving for dollars strategy, but I do think it could be a great low-cost way to find deals. The second strategy is cold calling. Essentially what this means is you're picking up the phone and calling a list of homeowners who might be interested to sell. You could find potentially motivated sellers by pulling lists from data sources like Propstream. I have a link in the description below giving you a 7-day free trial if you want to check them out. It's who I personally use for all my real estate data and lists. I'll be making another video breaking down exactly how to use Propstream, what lists to pull, how to pull them, and what to say to a homeowner when you finally have them over the phone. So be sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss that video. Cold calling can be a great strategy for somebody who wants to spend a little bit of money, but also has a good amount of time to spend. I'm not gonna lie though, cold calling is tough. You're gonna get people to tell you that you're a scam. You're gonna get people that are gonna curse you out, and probably much worse. But if you stick at it long enough, this can be an excellent strategy for finding your first real estate deal. The third method to finding off-market real estate deals is by sending direct mail. Basically what you do is you send letters in the mail to potentially motivated homeowners, telling them who you are and what you do. Many people like to handwrite these letters to differentiate themselves, and I've even heard of some people including pictures of themselves to add that personal touch. There's also companies out there that'll automate the entire process for you. Again, it just depends on how much money and time you want to spend. The whole goal of direct mail is for a homeowner to see your letter, pick up the phone, and give you a call to get the conversation started. The fourth method and the last method that I'm going to be going over is the method I use, and that's SMS Campaigns. Essentially what I do is I pull lists of potentially motivated sellers and I text them asking them if they're interested in selling their property. If they respond that they're interested in selling, I'll jump on a phone call with them and gather information to help me determine if it's going to be a good deal or not. I'll be going over that in a little bit. I personally use a software called Launch Control, but there's tons of texting softwares out there. There's Batch Leads, Lead Sherpa, Roar, and much more. Or to even start out low cost, you could do it from your personal phone. I mentioned earlier the idea of pulling lists for potentially motivated sellers. There are certain characteristics about people's property that might indicate that they want to sell. For example, if there's liens on the property, if the property is vacant, if there's high equity in the property, or if there's low equity in the property. These could all be reasons why someone might want to sell their property. For example, if the property is vacant, maybe the homeowner is tired of paying property taxes every single year for a property that no one's even living in. Or maybe they're tired of keeping up the maintenance on the property for a property that they're not using. Or if a homeowner homeowner has high equity in the property, maybe they want to put some of that equity to work and they'd be interested in a seller finance deal. Propstream makes the process of finding potentially motivated sellers and building your list super simple. And again, you can check them out for a 7-day free trial in the description below. Just to be clear, the strategies that I went over are just a handful of them that you can use to get in front of homeowners and strike up a conversation. No matter what strategy you use, there's two main goals you should have when talking to a potentially motivated seller. The first goal is to just introduce yourself and let them know who you are and what you do. And the second goal is to gather information that'll help you determine your buying strategy and the price. Here are the 4 questions I like to get answered on that initial interaction with the potential seller. I want to know the condition of the bathrooms, the kitchen, the floor, the roof, and the AC. These will typically give you an indication of whether the homeowner does frequent updates or maybe it's been outdated for a long time now. The second question I like to get answered is the reason they want to sell. This will give you an indication to their motivation and help you structure the deal. The third question I like to get answered is the price that they're looking to sell at. Always try to have the homeowner say their number first because it can definitely help you in negotiations. The fourth and final question I like to get answered from the homeowner is whether or not there's any mortgage on the property and whether there are any liens on the property. Again, this will just give you a little bit more insight into their situation to see how you can structure the deal. These 4 questions will help you get a better idea of their situation and how you can help them out. Whether you buy their property cash, whether you do seller financing, or maybe you do subject to, it all depends on the answer to those 4 questions. From there, you'll be able to see if the property is going to be a good fit for you. If it is, you can arrange a time to go tour the house, or you can even make an offer on the spot. Let me know which strategy sounds most appealing to you in the comments below. And if you have any specific questions about any of the strategies I covered, be sure to leave your question in the comments below. And last but not least, if you got value out of this video, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. And until next time, peace.